to my new video. I hope you all doing well and thank you so much for joining today. I want to talk about the deep stuff, just some life lessons, something that I've learned in life. Oh, my hair looks like a mess. And this video is not about me. I'm gonna share my story, but this video is not about me. This video is for you to learn and to maybe take something out of it. So yeah, let's go. So as a few of you know, and people who know me in person, or like if you've been following me for a while, I lost my brother 2 years ago to cancer, and I just want to share my experience with grief, with life, and if you're going through a tough time, if you lost someone, maybe this can help you. So yeah. So my brother got diagnosed with cancer when he was 16 and I was 13, and I remember like it seemed so unreal, because that's the thing, you always think it's not gonna happen in my family, it's not gonna happen to me or to anyone I love. But here's the thing, life is unpredictable and we never know what's around the corner. So yeah, that was a shock to all of us, and like many doctors said that there's not much they can do, or like the sort of cancer he had was really unknown. But anyway, just gonna let you know that he lived 10 more years, which is amazing. And I'm so proud of him, and he taught me so much during this whole process. Like, he had chemotherapy, radiation, chemotherapy again. He is the most, like, he's amazing, and he taught me so much. And I say he is because for me he still is the most amazing person. And through this whole journey he has taught me so much that I think some people won't learn in a lifetime. And I think the hard thing is, like, the difficult thing is, or like, you learn these things in the worst case scenario. Like, you learn how precious life is by losing someone, or by living in fear of losing someone. And it's so sad that we often only learn it through going through tough times. So if you're watching this and you're not going through a tough time, that's amazing, and I'm so happy for you. And I hope that you can learn through this video how precious life is, and that you should really appreciate that you're healthy, and every moment is just so precious. So yeah. And looking back now, I just realized how much he taught me over the whole time in our conversations, or even not in our conversations, even by just being like he was. And maybe you've read my book, I'm gonna take it below. I wrote a lot about him, and it means a lot to me, because I didn't realize until I published the book how much, I mean, it was always like, it meant a lot to me writing it all down, but now I realize, once like it's on paper now and it's in the book and it's like out there forever, and it just means so much to me, because his stories are like, his personality is kind of in my book, and a few stories of what he taught me, and it's out there now, and it's like, it's there forever, and it just means so much to me. Yeah. And I've learned that grief is a never-ending process. Like, there are days where you feel good and you can talk about it, and then there are days where you can't even say the person's name without crying, or there are days when you can't talk about it because it just hurts so much. It hurts in your throat and it hurts in your heart. But that's okay, and that's human, and that's so normal. So yeah, but I can really say that talking about it really helps, and being like emotional when you talk about it, it's so normal, so don't be afraid of that. And I have days where I feel good, and I have days where I feel like shit. I had one of those days yesterday, and I was just crying, couldn't breathe, and that's normal, and I know that I have to get it all out, and I have to feel it, and then I feel better afterwards. And I think the people who lose deserve that we talk about them, that we show our emotions, because that just shows how much love they left behind and how we feel about them. And don't be afraid to show emotions, because that's human. And I think that showing emotions is so strong. It's not a sign of weakness. I don't know why people think that. I think that showing emotions is a sign of strength, and you are so strong when you talk about your feelings, because I know it's not easy. A lot of people ask me as well how I'm dealing with it, and how I'm always so positive. Like I said before, I'm not always happy chappy. I have my down days, and that's okay. And I also want to share a little bit about like the period, like literally like when my brother passed away. And you guys know that I went to New Zealand 6 weeks or 2 months later, and it was one of the toughest things I did, but also one of the best decisions I made, because I promised my brother that I'm gonna follow my dream, and I did it, and I know that he will be so proud of me. But anyway, some people ask me, like I get messages on Instagram from people that recently lost someone, and that they feel like they can't breathe, and that they feel like nothing makes sense anymore. And I tell you, I've been there as well. Like the day my brother passed away, and then organizing everything like the funeral and all that, the thing is, I think, yeah, you're in such a shock, you just function. Is that how you say it? Like it's just automatically like what you do. You get up, get things done, organize things. It's just like a dream, like a bad dream, and you just feel like tired, and you just feel like there's so much weight on your shoulders, and it just feels, it's the worst feeling ever. But I think like some people that been on the funeral asked me as well, how did you manage to speak? Like I was reading a letter that my brother left us, and he was just so thankful for all the things he learned in life, and he was just so in peace with everything. And I think his strength just gave me strength. I cannot pronounce this word, strength, maybe I can actually, to be strong. And I wanted to read his letter for him. And oh, my battery's empty. I don't know if this is the right angle, but yep. So yeah, but looking back now, I also know that I've been like just in such a you have to work mode, like you just function. I'm not sure if that's the right word in English to say, like you just do it. And I don't know how I did it, but it just meant a lot to me to talk at my brother's funeral, and to just share stories about him, sharing his letter and sharing some memories. And he was such an amazing person, so he really deserved that. And I'm so happy I did it. But if you can't, that's totally fine. Like you don't have to do it. And my mom or my parents also said, if you don't feel like talking, that's okay. So I decided last minute if I wanted to talk or not. And just know your loved ones will know that. I don't know, this is so weird to say, but even if you don't talk about your loved ones' funeral, don't be disappointed by yourself, or don't be angry at yourself, because I think the people that pass away, they can feel it, they can feel your love. And I'm just a really spiritual person, so the people know, and this is just such a different topic now, but I like to believe that the people that pass away, they're just on a different journey, and they can open a door every time they want to, and they can come and visit us, and just know that they're always there for you and always around, even if you can't see them. But I think everyone has a different beliefs, and that's fine, and I just wanted to share mine quickly. But I've learned that, I feel like this is going to be a really long video, and I'm happy if you're still listening. But what I've learned with going through that time, like losing someone through cancer, which can be like a really long period of suffering, but my brother honestly lived life the fullest, and he had such a positive mindset, even though knowing we all die at one point, which sounds so sad saying that right now, but he just faced it more, and he just appreciated life more because of that. And I learned from him how precious every moment is. And the thing is, we can be with people, like we can catch up with a friend, but we are not really there. So let's say we catch up with a friend and ask how you doing, and have small talk, and maybe we're on our phones, maybe we watch a movie, but are we really there? That's the thing. And I've learned, that's why I like to have deep conversations. I like to talk about like the real stuff, and I really want to show the person that I'm there, I'm fully there, and that's what really matters, especially in a life with social media where everyone looks on their phone, is online. The human connection is so important, and being there, like I love coffee catch-ups, and like having a coffee with a friend, sitting in a cafe and just talking about the important things, or like the real stuff, like how are you actually doing. And that's something I've learned, that this is so important, and like human connection and talking about what really matters. Quality time is one of the most important things. Telling the people you love that you love them. Yeah, I wrote a lot of more things like about this whole process of grief in my book, so if you want to get a copy, I'll take the link below. I'm currently writing the German translation, so you can also read it in German soon. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you learned something, and thank you so much for listening. And if you're going through a tough time, always know that there are people around you, and that you're loved, and that you're amazing, and it's okay to show emotions, and it's okay to be sad, it's okay to have a bad day, it's okay if you're not okay, but always make sure that you reach out to your people. And yeah, stay kind, stay safe, and stay healthy. See ya!